cercanías de los perros, pues.
Creo que hubiese mandado a correr por todo eso y traer a aquella gente por ahí para allá.
Se escondió ya.
Fue rápido. Europeans arrived here in 1542. The bay that they saw was much different from the one you see today. Stands to reason, right? There was no Coast Guard station here then. There was no airport. There weren't a lot of houses up on the hills or a freeway running by. There were also no trees up on any of those hills. San Diego is a desert, and the San Diego Bay is actually was more of a lagoon. Very, very shallow. It had a lot of tule grass growing in it. They paddled around this bay in all the canoes and all tule grass. They were able to hunt and fish, and once in a while even bring in a whale. We have whale carcasses in the archaeological records from their time. I didn't have to be bothered with Spain. Happy birthday, San Diego. Now that area today is known as Old Town State Historic Park. So if you ever wonder why Old Town is so far away from the downtown area, well, that's because that's where the water was. Now, San Diego remained part of Spain, and then later Mexico until 1846, when the United States and Mexico went to war with each other. The U.S. Navy sailed into the bay, raised the American flag, and we've been part of the United States ever since. And the Navy has been a big part of the San Diego story, and you're looking at two of the biggest. And any moment now coming into view right between the because these gulls are in the bay, these are actually bagels. There are cages up on the dock. Those are lobster traps. Our lobster season runs from November through March. Even if we weren't under a restriction for COVID-19, this is not really season for cruise ships here in San Diego. Most of the cruise ships before COVID were spending the summer months up north, going between Seattle and Alaska. Then they would come down here in September and travel between here and Mexico for the winter. During her lifetime, she has circumnavigated the globe 21 times. That's 21 times around the world, all of it under the power of sail. There are no engines on the Star of India. There never have been, there never will be. And it's a great honor for both Captain John Merrill and myself to be part of the volunteer crew when we do take her out and sail her every couple of years. Now right behind the Star is the HMS Surprise. She's a replica of a British frigate from the American Revolution. She's also a star of the movie Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, which co-stars Arnold the Road. And right behind that is the Russian class submarine. They call it actually to shadow the Midway in the North Pacific, something we didn't know until we got her and got a look at her long. Visiting us, they paddled around this bay and all the canoes and little tule grass. And they were able to hunt and fish, and once in a while even bring in a whale. We have whale carcasses in the archaeological records from their time. I didn't have to be bothered with Spain for another 200 years, so flight deck alone, you're going to find every aircraft that ever flew off that flight deck. And I got to tell you that even my nephew, the Air Force pilot, had a great time visiting, though he refused to have his picture taken in front of any naval aircraft. This is Broadway Pier. It's the ceremonial entrance to San Diego, right at the foot of Broadway.